As tensions with Iran spike again, has Trump's closest ally just revealed something he kept under wraps, forcing Israelis to confront a private health battle in the middle of war talk? With warnings of new strikes on Iran growing louder, what exactly did Benjamin Netanyahu just confess about his own condition, and why now? Is Bibi really as strong as he projects, or does his quiet admission about a secret prostate tumor reveal a more complicated picture behind the wartime podium? And as Israel braces for a possible new round of war, is Netanyahu now fighting two battles at once, one against Iran, and one he's been waging inside his own body? Benjamin Netanyahu has revealed he secretly underwent treatment for a prostate tumor, just as Israel is signaling it stands ready to resume war against Iran. On April 24, the Prime Minister disclosed that doctors had found and treated a malignant tumor in his prostate that he had not spoken about publicly until now. He said the tiny spot, less than 1 centimeter across, was discovered during follow-up checks after prostate surgery he had undergone in December 2024. Netanyahu stressed that the tumor was caught at a very early stage, with tests showing no sign of spread or metastasis anywhere else in his body. He said he chose to undergo targeted treatment that removed the problem and left no trace, insisting that he is now cancer-free and in excellent physical condition. Netanyahu explained that he delayed publishing his annual health report by about 2 months because of the ongoing war context with Iran. He said he worried that releasing the diagnosis at the height of the fighting would hand Iran material for false propaganda about Israel's leadership being weakened. His admission follows weeks of rumors and disinformation online claiming Netanyahu had been injured, or even killed, during heavy strikes in March. Netanyahu said, and I quote, "Today, my annual medical report was published. I requested to delay its publication by 2 months so that it would not be released at the height of the war, in order not to allow the Iranian terror regime to spread even more false propaganda against Israel. I asked to share with you 3 things. 1. Thank God, I am healthy. 2. I am in excellent physical condition. 3. I had a minor medical issue with my prostate that was completely treated. Thank God it's behind me. A year and a half ago, I underwent successful surgery for an enlarged benign prostate, and since then I have been under routine medical monitoring. In the last monitoring, a tiny spot of less than 1 centimeter was discovered in the prostate. Upon examination, it turned out to be a very early stage of a malignant tumor, with no spread or metastases whatsoever. The doctors told me that this is very common among men my age, and that there are 2 options. 1, it doesn't have to be treated, it is possible to remain under monitoring alone. You can live with it, and many do so. 2, undergo treatment and remove the problem. You already know me. When I'm given information in time about a potential danger, I want to address it immediately. This is true on the national level and also on the personal level. That's what I did. I underwent targeted treatment that removed the problem and left no trace of it. I went to a few short treatments, read a book, and continued working. The spot disappeared completely. Thank God, I overcame this too. I wish to thank the doctors and the wonderful medical teams at Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem." Unquote. Netanyahu's health statement comes just a day after Israel again declared it is ready to resume full-scale war on Iran if talks collapse. On April 23, his defense minister warned that any next strike on Iran would be deadly and carry devastating consequences. The defense chief said future blows would be aimed at Iran's most critical weak points, signaling a shift from purely military targets to strategic pressure. He declared that the targets are marked, and that the army is now mainly waiting for a green light from Washington before moving ahead. Katz has even tied that approval to potential strikes on Iran's new supreme leader and key energy sites, hinting that leadership and infrastructure are both on the table if war resumes.
Israel is prepared to renew the war against Iran. The Israel army is prepared for defense and attack, and the targets are marked. Waiting for the green light from the U.S., first and foremost to complete the elimination of the Khamenei dynasty, initiates the plan of annihilation against Israel and the successors of the leadership of the Iranian terrorist regime, and in addition to returning Iran to the dark and stone ages by blowing up the main energy and electricity facilities and crushing the national economic infrastructure. The attack, when it renews, this time will be different and deadly and delivering devastating blows in the most sensitive places, following the enormous blows that the Iranian terrorist regime has suffered so far that will shake and collapse its foundations.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.